Hello, friends. This is Neeraj Kumar. I welcome you all to this podcast. Today, we will cover some of the agricultural reforms announced by the Government of India as a part of its strategy to combat the crisis brought upon us by the COVID 19 pandemic. This time, the Government of India has focused on the distribution of agricultural products as a focus of its reforms. The Essential Commodities Act 1955 came upon a time when we were battling food scarcity, famine, we had to import a lot of food grains, and so on. The focus of the Essential Commodities Act was to control the price rise and inflation, and at the same time, ensure enough availability of food grains to the people at large. It imposed different kinds of limits on the how much you can stock, and also how much of the agricultural products can move from one state to another. In some sense, it incentivized the construction of a storage capacity. They could not become big because the moment it becomes big, then you have to store more, and the act prohibited that. And also, it did not really encourage the farm exports because for exports you will require large volumes, and again the issue of stock limits would come in. After years, the government has decided to amend the act, focusing on six major categories of agricultural foodstuff: cereals, pulses, edible oils, oil seeds, potato, and onions. Going forward, there will be no stock limit on any of these foodstuff, excepting probably in terms of a national calamity or if there is a famine in some part of the country. However, this will not be imposed on the people who process these for the sale and export, and also the exporters who stock them for export to different countries. The Government of India hopes that a change like this will bring a lot of private investment. Now, where will this private investment come in? The investors would be interested in creating large warehouses where people can come and store their product which they would have produced on their own or they would have bought from the market. Also, from there on, it will get processed and move on to the markets. Beyond this, the investment will also come into large scale processing of these agricultural foodstuff, mills, and also cold chain storage. This will allow farmers to sell the products at a more competitive rates and also give a boost to the farm exports. So far, the agriculture produce market committees, or the mandis as we know in the common parlance, they have held a monopoly on the final agricultural produce. This new law, as and when it comes in, breaks this monopoly. Now, APMC was created almost 5 decades back to provide a outlet for the farmers to sell their products. Over a period of time, it has lost the direction, and rather than incentivizing farmers to produce more, it has gone into different kinds of difficulties and mired in all kinds of controversies of cartel buying and so on. The Government of India had launched the Model APMC Amendment Act so that there is a unified state level markets. Some states have accepted it and modified their APMC, but APMCs are a powerful entity at the local grassroots level, and some states have not done so. But this time the government has gone a step further. It wants to have a one nation, one market concept. For example, if you take industrial products, there are no restrictions on their movement. You pay the taxes and you can move your produce anywhere across the country. But somehow, the agricultural products, which are supposed to be cornerstone of our economy, they have not enjoyed this privilege for various reasons in the past. But this is a dramatic step. It is a huge jump. In one sense, it bypasses the states altogether because there's a central law in this, and it will allow farmers to sell their products wherever they want to and get the best prices. So there are states which are surplus in a particular cereal. They will have the attraction to go to places which are in short supply. Different farmers can come together, pool in their produce, create large volumes, and trade in. So this will help them to get better prices. They will not have to be dependent on the government for their support prices and to sell the government as their only outlet. The second step is the government wants to create a huge agricultural infrastructure, and the government is providing 1 lakh crore to the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development to create a very financially viable post harvest management infrastructure at the farm gate and also at the aggregation points. These steps, the government believes, will give right prices to the farmers, incentivize them to increase productivity, give them opportunities to go up the value chain in food processing, and also give them an opportunity to export their products at higher prices. Thank you.